Picture this. You're a powerful wizard, about to cast the ultimate spell to save your kingdom, when suddenly every magical icon above your head turns bright red and displays those three dreaded words. No connection. Welcome to the most hilariously chaotic day in magical history, where even the mightiest sorcerers are reduced to frantically waving their staffs in the air like they're trying to get cell phone reception. Today we're diving into a world where ancient magic meets modern frustration. And trust me, you've never seen wizards this panicked since someone invented anti-magic spray. This isn't just any ordinary tale of technological mishaps. This is what happens when an entire magical civilization realizes they've been completely dependent on mystical Wi-Fi this whole time. Our story begins in the Kingdom of Ethereal Networks, where magic flows as freely as data packets through fiber optic cables. For centuries, wizards have been casting spells with the same ease you scroll through social media. Levitation spells? Just a quick mental click. Teleportation magic? Faster than loading a YouTube video on good internet. Turning enemies into toads? There's literally an app for that, magically speaking. But here's where things get absolutely wild. Every spell in this kingdom runs on what the wizards call the Mystical Area Network, or MAN for short. Think of it as Wi-Fi. But instead of connecting your laptop to cat videos, it connects wizard staffs to the cosmic database of all magical knowledge. These floating spell icons hover around every magic user like little digital assistants, glowing bright blue when the connection is strong, but turning that ominous red when something goes terribly wrong. And today, something has gone spectacularly wrong. It starts with Master Gandolfini, the kingdom's most respected wizard, attempting his morning routine of conjuring coffee. He raises his staff with practiced confidence, but instead of his usual steaming mug appearing, he gets nothing but error messages floating in magical text above his head. Connection timeout. Spell failed to load. Please try again later. The poor guy starts shaking his staff like it's a broken remote control, pointing it at different angles toward the sky. Meanwhile, across the kingdom, chaos is erupting faster than you can say, "Have you tried turning it off and on again?" Apprentice wizards who were in the middle of basic levitation lessons suddenly find themselves crashing to the ground when their floating carpets lose connection mid-flight. The kingdom's transportation system, which relies entirely on magical teleportation circles, starts displaying spinning, loading wheels that never stop spinning. But here's where our story gets truly brilliant. The head of the royal IT department, yes, even magical kingdoms have IT departments now, is a wizard named Debugbird, who immediately diagnoses the problem. The kingdom's central magical router, disguised as an ancient mystical tower, has completely crashed, and the only way to fix it is to literally turn a wizard's staff into a replacement router. Watching Debugbird transform his precious staff into a Wi-Fi router is pure comedy gold. One moment it's an elegant wooden rod topped with a glowing crystal. The next it's sprouting antennas and blinking LED lights like something you'd buy at an electronics store. He's frantically adjusting the antennas while muttering technical spells that sound suspiciously like, "Have you cleared your cache?" And, "Did you update your magical drivers?" The panic spreads throughout the kingdom like a viral meme. Wizards are climbing to the highest towers, holding their staffs aloft, desperately trying to catch even the weakest signal. Some are standing on one foot, others are doing elaborate dances that look remarkably similar to trying to get better phone reception in a dead zone. The kingdom's emergency services are completely overwhelmed because even their rescue spells require internet connectivity. The funniest part? The younger wizards, who grew up entirely dependent on the mystical network, have absolutely no idea how to cast spells manually. They're standing around looking completely helpless, like teenagers whose phones just died and they've forgotten how to have an actual conversation. Meanwhile, the older wizards are smugly pulling out dusty spell books and casting magic the old-fashioned way, muttering things like, "Back in my day, we memorized our incantations." But the real comedy comes when they discover the source of the outage. Turns out, a group of digital dragons has been chewing on the magical fiber optic cables that run underground throughout the kingdom. These aren't your traditional fire-breathing dragons. These are tech-savvy creatures who feed on data streams and have been gradually munching through the kingdom's entire magical infrastructure. The solution requires the most unlikely team-up in magical history. Traditional wizards working alongside IT support wizards to manually reboot the entire magical network. Picture wizards in robes, standing next to wizards in polo shirts and khakis, all gathered around smoking magical servers, trying to restore connection to an entire civilization. As order is finally restored and the spell icons turn from red back to blue, the kingdom learns a valuable lesson about digital dependency. They establish a backup magical network, train wizards in offline spellcasting, and most importantly, they create the kingdom's first cybersecurity department to protect against future digital dragon attacks. Sometimes the most magical adventures happen when the magic stops working, and that's exactly what makes this chaotic tale so enchantingly hilarious.